So this is the idea for the phone holder for the car. It's a strip of aluminium bar bent round, clips down onto the glove box, sits vertically like that, and then I've got a eBay magnetic strip that will attach self-adhesively onto there, and then there's a metal disc that will go on the back of the phone case. That's fallen down. Put that back up, and then the phone will attach onto the front of it and sit there, kind of where normal car dashboards are, really, speedos and the such like. Okay, so stud is now glued into place, and there's a neoprene rubber strip there, so that when it goes in and falls down, when it goes in, it doesn't scratch the top of that housing. Need to put a bit of foam behind there so it doesn't rub up against the metalwork of the car. So that's it with the neoprene tape on the back. So I'm just trying out a dry fit. I've put the metal disc on the back of the phone case with a bit of masking tape, done the same with the magnetic strip, and I can just see that if I pop it on there like that, it kind of looks okay. I just wonder whether to put a little bracket underneath there to just make it a bit more stable. So I found this nice little bit of aluminium extrusion which I could use as a bracket at the bottom, but thinking about it, if it sits on top of those, it's going to block off the microphone, the charger and the speaker. So I don't think I'm going to do that. So this is the first attempt at spraying it up, and I've missed a bit down here and on the other side and that bit completely, and obviously the super glue was not enough to hold that bolt in place. It's just taking too much wear and tear every time I was taking it on and off. So I think I'm going to stick this nut on, tighten that right up so that's permanently tightened up, because when I put the, let's put it up here, when I put the magnetic strip onto it, no, it's not relatable. Okay, when I put the magnetic strip onto that, the right height actually covers the nut and bolt, or the bolt part of the nut and bolt. So if that's tightened onto there nicely, then I can make that a larger hole to go over the very small nut, and then I can just use the wing nut on the back as an easy tighten up if we want to take it on and off. So I need to go off and do all of that. Okay, so that is now tightened up onto there, and then I've got that drilled out so it fits over the top of that nut and goes flush onto there, and then I can put a slightly bigger washer on there, and then this will just tighten up onto the back. Obviously, being a wing nut, you don't need a spanner or anything. And then as you tighten that up, that will act as a clamp to hold it onto this top part here. So all that's left to do, I think, is probably spray this up a bit better, stick this on onto that bit there, onto that bit there, and that will go on like that, and I might curve the top of that so it's not horrible and sharp, maybe make it a little shorter, tidy it up a bit. So here we have the finished phone holder, all sprayed up. A new bit of foam on the back, so I'm knackered it up, and the magnet is on there now, so I'll fit that and then show you. Actually, I'm going to try and show you it being fitted. So that bit tucks down onto that part there, which you may or may not be able to see, and then I can press that against there, unwind the nut on the back, the wing nut, put the bracket around the back of it, hold it all in place, tighten that up, and there you have it. Just take this off here. Right, I can actually see what I'm showing you now. Okay, so there it is. When it rests down onto the cowling there and rests against the bodywork here and clips in there. So, all being well, I should be able to take my phone with a bit of metal on the back and plonk it on there, and now I've got a phone sitting in a very convenient place, so I can set up the GPS speedo or Google Maps and use it like that. Okay, so maybe slightly unnecessary to make a custom holder like this, but it's always interesting to try and find a solution to these little problems, especially when you want something very exact. So we'll see if it actually works when it's going along.